Other people's opinion of you is literally none of your business. Iconic people get talked about. Boring people don't get talked about. And after this episode, you're gonna feel so much more confident and show up as yourself. Let's use the example of Taylor Swift. She's iconic. And you know what? I think she's a good person. She pays her employees well, she treats her employees well, and she puts out good vibes for women, but yet people still talk about her. Does that mean she's a bad person? No, it does not. It means when you're iconic, you get talked about. When you're boring and you fit in with the crowd, you give people nothing to talk about. Do iconic shit get talked about? It is what it is. So if people are talking about you, it's a sign that you're iconic, bestie. And so take that as a compliment. I made this little chart here to really help you understand what's happening when people talk about you. Okay, queen? Things that are in your control, your integrity, how you show up. Do you show up as a good person? Do you show up kind? Do you show up with integrity? Your energy, you can control your energy. Are you calm, cool, collective? Are you freaking the hell out? You can control those things. Your actions, duh, okay? Everybody knows that you can control your actions. Your actions come from your mindset. So if you're having a hard time controlling yourself, work on your mindset, which I've dived deeper into that before. Your boundaries, everybody needs good boundaries. And sometimes when you set boundaries, it makes people uncomfortable. Boundaries are important. Have boundaries, bestie. Don't let people take advantage of you. Your response. If someone's talking about you, how do you respond? Do you respond angry? Do you respond trying to defend yourself? Or do you just not respond at all? Me personally, I take the high road. I don't respond. If someone's talking about me, the last thing I'm gonna do is match their energy. Gross. I'm not doing that. You can use your energy to talk about me, but I'm not using my energy to defend myself or talk about you. I'm staying in my own lane. I'm worrying about myself and I'm building up my own life, right, queen? That's what we do. When someone's talking about you, you ignore them. What they're saying has nothing to do with you, and we're going to dive deeper into that here in just a second. Your self-concept. You can control how you feel about yourself. If you're struggling to feel good about yourself, watch my previous videos about your mindset and how to take control of your life. That's why I created the confidence code to change your mindset, to change your life. If you're struggling with your self-concept, the first thing that you need to do is learn to love yourself. Because with self-love comes confidence, comes energy, comes protection, comes I don't give a fuck. Because when you know who you are and you love yourself, what somebody has to say about you means nothing. Because what they think of you and what you think of you are two totally different things. So if you're struggling with your self-concept, binge back on some of my old videos and let's get it going, bestie. Your character. You can control your character. What kind of person are you? Are you kind? Are you loving? Am I in the frame? Oh my God. Are you kind? Are you loving? Are you sassy? Are you bold? It's okay to be those things. You don't have to be boring. You get to be everything that you are. You get to be loud, you get to be messy, you get to be pretty, you get to be awkward, you get to be literally a packaged deal of all of the things. And when you try to water one part of yourself down, you are literally letting other people's opinion of you control your life. And why would you do that? You get to be messy. You get to be clean. You get to be all of the above. You get to be everything that you want to be, and you are allowed to do that. So show up with whatever character you want to show up with. You're allowed to do it. You don't have to be perfect. I think there's this idea that, we have to be nice and kind and caring and think about people's feelings all the time. Well, no, you don't. When you're spending your entire life thinking about other people's feelings and other people's opinions of you, you're literally letting that control you and your life, and that's not fair. Show up with integrity, with good energy, make good choices. Set clear boundaries, don't respond to hate, and how other people perceive you literally doesn't matter because you know deep down in your heart that you're a good person because you're showing up as a good person. And if people are still perceiving you as a bad person, then that's on them. Do you think Taylor Swift goes to sleep at night crying because somebody made a video that she's a bad person? No, because she knows who she is, and other people know who she is, and most importantly, she knows who she is to the point where she doesn't need to defend herself. And you're the same way. You don't need to defend yourself to somebody because you know who you are because you show up with integrity with everything that you do. The last thing, you get to control your story. How you are perceived is none of your business because you are controlling your story this is your life. So if somebody's creating a narrative about your life, just don't listen to it. And I know that sounds really easier said than done, but like honestly, more than likely, if someone's talking about you, it's not to your face. It's behind your back, it's in a text message, it's on social media, and I promise you those things don't translate to real life. If someone's talking bad about you on social media, but you run into them in person, I guarantee they're not gonna say anything to your face, right? So who cares what they're saying about you? Just don't look at it. Just don't even know that it exists, and it doesn't enter your bubble or your story. So if someone's talking about you, literally, who fucking cares? Don't look at it. Like, that's the easiest thing that you can do, is if you know someone's saying something about you, or there's a post about you, or people are spreading rumors about you, don't engage with it. Because if you don't know that it exists, it doesn't enter your world or your story, and it doesn't exist, okay? Seriously, I'm going to give you a little titty bit about me, okay? So I've been talked about my entire life, and I used to really want to control the narrative, what people thought about me. I didn't want people to think I was a bad person, because I know deep down in my heart that I'm a good person. So if somebody would make a post about me, I would try to defend myself and be like, that's not who I am. Oh my gosh, please understand that that's not who I am. But literally all that that's doing is putting my energy, the thing that I can control, it's putting my energy back into the same energy that they're putting out about me. No way. I'm going to use my energy to better myself and to better my life. And to get to that point was really hard. I had to get talked about quite a few times and really have to bite my tongue to be able to sit here and tell you that it's pretty easy if you just learn to not care. Because why would you care? Because really, truly think about it like this. Who's talking badly about you in your life right now? Who has a negative opinion about you? Are they even in your circle? Does their opinion affect your day-to-day life? Probably not. Because most of the time, the people who are talking about you are people who you are somewhat associated with, but you're not friends with, you don't hang out with, they don't really even know you, they just know of you through mutual friends, mutual job, mutual city. So they know of you, right? But they don't know you. So why would you try to win back their opinion? Because they're not even someone who's in your day-to-day life. And you know what? The most uncomfortable thing is when a friend is talking badly about you, but are they even a friend? I had a friend once upon a time who sent me a text message and basically told me she didn't want to be my friend anymore because of something that I did. She said that I sent her a Snapchat when she was taking a Snapchat break. And I was like, wait, I didn't send you a Snapchat. And what actually happened was it was somebody else. And so she showed her true colors. Basically, she was quick to cut me off as a friend because she thought I had done something that I didn't do. And that's all I needed to know. Clearly, you've been feeling a certain type of way about me for a while. So this friendship is not mutual. It's not a good friendship. So if a friend is talking badly about you, they're not your friend, period. And when you set boundaries, you really take control of your life and you stop letting people suck your energy from you. So if a friend is talking bad about you, they're literally not your friend and you just get to cut off dead weight. And honestly, you kind of won. So if it's someone random, literally, who cares? If it's a friend, it's kind of a win because you're cutting off dead weight, okay? So those are the things that you can control. Now let's talk about the things that you can't control. These are the things that make it really obvious why you should not care what people think about you. You can't control other people's opinions. People perceive you how they perceive themselves and their world. And I've talked about this in the confidence code. It's literally your mindset. And your mindset creates how you view things. So if you're struggling with your mindset, other people are probably struggling with theirs too. And because of them struggling, what they're doing is they're projecting their struggles onto you. If you're happy, if you're confident, if you're bold, it makes them uncomfortable because you're doing iconic shit and people get uncomfortable by iconic shit. But seriously though, like if you are making somebody uncomfortable and you're showing up with love and integrity and good energy and good actions, it's literally just because of the mask, the goggles that they are wearing on the way that they view the reality that we live in. So if they see you as a bad person, but you know you're not a bad person, it's literally on them. And that's because they have wounds, insecurities, and things like that cause them to project their opinions and weird energy onto you. And literally, bestie, it's none of your fucking business. Other people's insecurities goes hand in hand with what I just said. If somebody sees you loving yourself or doing something that they wish that they could do, it makes them insecure. And instead of being like, damn, I feel insecure about this, they would rather, it's easier to project it onto you. Oh, she thinks she's better. Oh, she's so cool. She wishes she was this. She thinks she can do this. But literally, it's just their insecurities talking. I'm sorry, but when you really shine in your power, you find people who love you for your power. And then you also find the people who you make uncomfortable. And are you going to let the people who feel uncomfortable by your power stop you from being powerful? Literally, no. Literally, no. You can't control if someone likes you or not. If someone doesn't like you, why do you care? Because the people who don't like you are not the people who are in your day-to-day life. Because if they don't like you, then they have no reason to be in your day-to-day life. You know what I mean? Like, the only people who I care that like me are my kids, my family, my husband, my coworkers, my clients. And if somebody else doesn't like me, why would I care? They're not paying my bills. They're not giving me emotional support. They're literally just somebody who doesn't like me. Why do I care? I literally don't care. And you shouldn't either, because what is the saying? Are they fucking you or feeding you? Probably not. So also, this is an Unapologetically Her, and I'm stepping into my unapologetic era. And this is real and this is raw. And to be completely honest, this right here took me months of hardship to be able to stand on this side of things and be confident and tell you that it's okay to not care what people think about you. I had to go through a lot to get here. And that's why I'm unapologetic about it, because I struggled. I felt bad. I felt sorry for myself. And I pulled myself from the bottom and I said, it doesn't matter. And so now I can sit here and be like, listen, bestie, you can be in this position too. You can be iconic and do iconic shit and not care what people think about you. Okay? It might take a little bit of self-love and maybe a moment of quiet time and self-reflection and coming inward. But once you really start to know who you are by changing your mindset and starting to love yourself for who you are, what people say about you doesn't matter, because you know the integrity, you know your heart, and you know who you are. So what they say literally doesn't matter. It literally does not matter. Okay? So who cares if they like you or if they don't like you? You can't control how someone interprets you. So you could say the grass is green and someone could say, well, actually the grass is yellow. It's winter. Okay, that's true. How you interpret things is literally your view on the world. So if you interpret me this way, that way, it doesn't matter, because that's how you are interpreting other people and the world. And my confidence makes you feel that way. Truly, that's what it is. If somebody is interpreting you in a way other than how you are putting yourself out there, it's because their insecurities are causing them to have a jaded opinion. I mean, point blank, period. I love this conversation because this is one that took me, like I said, a long time to learn. I used to really care if people liked me or not, especially when I started my social media journey. I wanted to be well liked. I did hair extension giveaways, which I really enjoyed those hair extension giveaways. They were a great way for me to help people find their confidence. I'm really about spreading love and confidence. That's why I created the confidence code. But I kind of did it in a way that I abandoned myself, because I wanted everybody to like me. I wanted to be known as this good person. And it literally sucked the energy out of me. And now I show up with love. I show up with respect. I teach people how to be confident, how to not give a fuck. And that's my place in the world. It's not being liked by everybody. It's being liked by a lot of people and hated by a few. And I'm okay with that, because I'm edgy. I'm iconic. I'm sassy. And so that makes people feel a certain type of way. A lot of people love it. They watch me because they're like, Hannah, you're hilarious. You're funny. You're sassy. And I love that about you. But some people watch me and they're like, you're too much. You think you're too cool. You're a bully. Whatever. No, I'm not. I've literally only put out love with sass. Love with sass. And I'm okay with that, because I know I show up with integrity. Also, I put on my sassy outfit for you guys today because this is a sassy conversation. And trust me, I am feeling iconic right now. Okay, you can't control rumors or gossip, and why would you want to? If someone is spreading rumors about you or gossiping about you, that says more about them than it ever could about you. And I'm here to let you know that if you ignore the rumors and the gossip, people will notice that it's one-sided. And you literally didn't have to do anything to defend yourself, because people will notice. Also, people will jump on board and gossip along, because misery loves its company. You see, if there is a hate post on social media, there's hate comments on that post, right? Because misery loves its company. And are you going to try to control people who have already made up their mind about you because they interpreted you a certain way through their insecurities? Are you really going to waste your energy to try to control that? I'm not wasting my energy to prove myself to people who gossip and spread rumors. Like literally, I'm using my energy to grow my platform, to put my energy into my podcast, to better my life, to make more money, to go to the gym, to make a nice healthy lunch. That's what I'm using my energy for. Not to argue with people who are spreading hate. Like literally, why would I do that? I want to use my energy for something better, you know? I know, I'm really sassy today. I'm really sassy. This conversation brings up a lot of sass in me because it was pain. It was pain. It used to be pain. Oh my God, why do people not like me? Oh my God, what am I doing wrong? And then I decided to flip the switch because I know who I am. And so now I get to be a little bit sassy about it because it doesn't hurt me anymore. So now I kind of find it funny. And so I can use that energy to really let you know that it doesn't matter what people think about you. It literally doesn't matter because like you can literally have the best fucking life in the world and have people hate you and you still live a really great life. So, period, queen. Okay. You can't control how someone misunderstands you. You can literally say the nicest thing in the world and be the nicest person in the world, and someone is still going to misunderstand you. Taylor Swift, she pays her people well. She treats them really well, but people still spread posts about her, about how she's a bad person, how she's this and that, and da-da-da-da-da. People are gonna misunderstand you no matter what you do. And the more loud you are, the more you love yourself, the more bold you are, the bigger the platform you have, the more people it invites to misunderstand you. You see, I'm trying to grow my podcast, I'm trying to grow my social media following, and if I cared about what every single person thought about me, I would spiral. Actually, for instance, I did. When I first blew up on TikTok a year ago, I would get hate comments. You know, I'd have a video go viral and there's so many amazing comments. Oh, you're the best. You're a great person. Oh my God, you're so kind. You're an angel. And then there's one that's like, you're a terrible person. You should. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a terrible person. And I would let one hate comment in a slew of 1,000 nice comments make me feel a certain type of way. And I really had to work through that by changing my mindset, by learning to really love who I am. And truly, honestly, this is the most important thing, embracing your darkness. Because no one's perfect. You can't put out this perfect image of I'm always so nice and so caring and so kind. Yeah, you can be, but also you have a little edge to you. Life has hardened you in certain areas. Every single person has been hardened by life. Find the things that have hardened you and make them your superpower. People used to make fun of me. People still make fun of me. People talk about me, and I could literally sit here and sulk about it. I've been treated bad in person. I've been treated bad in some of my favorite places to go. But do I literally cry about it? No, I'm using that feeling as power, as, oh my God, this is proof that I am doing something bold, that I am stepping into my iconic era, because boring people don't get talked about. So if someone's talking about you, it's because you're cool, bestie. Congratulations. Okay, last bullet point. You can't control how people project onto you. So the thing about people is that we see energetic mirrors. And so if your mindset is, I don't like myself, bad things always happen to me, when you see somebody really bold and living the opposite of that, it's a mirror of what you potentially could be. And instead of looking in the mirror, sometimes people will say, oh, I hate this person. They're so awful. But the thing is, if you see someone, and I'm not saying I'm perfect. Every single person has to go through this with somebody, with some person that you encounter in your life. If you look at someone and you just really don't like who they are and they're not being a bad person, there's one thing to not like someone who's done something wrong to you, right? If someone has treated you really poorly and has done something bad to you, bestie, you are allowed to not like them, okay? And for justified reasons, because they did something bad to you. But if you're watching someone online who you don't know, and you're like, oh, I hate that girl, there's a reason why. Because something about them is making you feel a little bit of lack internally, and you have to really go inside and stop projecting your lack onto their confidence. And even the most confident people will still do this sometimes. So, if you see somebody who makes you feel a certain type of way who you don't know, and you're like, screw that girl, she's too much, really honestly look inwards, because it's like, why am I feeling this way? But flipped on to the opposite perspective is people will do that to you. So when you love yourself and you're bold and you're loud and you're daring and you're confident, people are going to project their insecurities onto you, because you're that mirror for them. And most people have a hard time really looking inward and saying, why am I feeling this way? Does that really bold, confident woman make me feel insecure because I wish I was more bold and more confident? These are questions that most people don't ask themselves. So if you feel uncomfortable by somebody, truly just take a second, ask yourself why. And if someone's projecting onto you, just know that it's none of your business, because they are projecting their insecurities onto you based off of their own mindset and perspective. And the most important thing is be yourself always, because when you're yourself, you will find the people who love you for who you are. You're going to find the people who dislike you for who you are. Like I said, they're not effing you or paying your bills. I already said it. They're not fucking you or paying your bills. So who cares? So that's really what I wanted to talk about today. It's not easy to not care. It takes a little bit of work, but really look at this. Take a screenshot if you need to. And next time somebody's projecting onto you, remind yourself that it's out of your control. And you're not going to dim your light, make yourself smaller for things that are out of your control. Work on these things. How do you show up? What kind of person are you? And remember, you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to set unrealistic expectations for yourself. You're allowed to be messy. You're allowed to be a little bit sassy. Like this video right now, I'm sassy as hell. And 3 months ago, me probably would have been like, oh God, I probably shouldn't put that out there. People are going to judge me. I'm being too sassy. Literally, I don't care. I don't care, because this is a part of me and I'm integrating that darkness. It's my edge, and I'm gonna embrace it, So, find those things about you that you're maybe insecure about. We all have insecurities. I have insecurities. Taylor Swift has insecurities. We literally all have insecurities. Find out what they are and bring them to light, because then you stop projecting them. When you really know what your insecurities are, it's not as easy to project them onto someone, because you'll notice it. You'll be like, oh, well, I'm really insecure about how people perceive me, which is why I'm perceiving her in that way, because I'm insecure about that myself. And so the more you really get to know yourself, the less you project onto others. So control what you can control, and who cares about the things that you don't control? And I want to ask you a very serious question. If you didn't care what anybody had to say, like truly did not care what anybody had to say, what kind of life would you be living? What would you be doing? Would you be doing iconic shit? Would you still keep yourself small? Would you say your opinion, or would you keep it to yourself? Like, if you truly did not care what they said about you, what would you do? Think about it and do it. Maybe one step at a time. You don't have to make crazy changes to your life, but think about that. What kind of life would you live if people weren't judging you? And do it. And I hope this helps. This is Unapologetically Her, and I'm your host, Hannah Alaska. Love you so much. Until next time, bestie.